you think in terms of Apple's seeming resilience and growth in China?
Yeah, I think that their product is still in demand. I think they did some pricing adjustments to make it more attractive to fit under the subsidies. And at the end of the day, I think it's still a really high quality product and brand. I think that what matters going forward is their product innovation around AI and improving Siri. I think that you had a period where Huawei came back and took share back, and it was a competitive environment and made Apple kind of adjust a little bit to bring more value. But I think it's encouraging that things are getting better in China and they're growing again.
Tony, I want you to help me with the math here a little bit. So April, largely 1 percentage point of growth in the June quarter was pull forward from tariffs. And then Apple told us that they would grow mid to high single digits in the September quarter. That would indicate that there isn't some kind of tariff front running here, that Apple's just growing because it's growing. Do you buy that?
Yeah, well, I think that, it's kind of hard to tell, to be honest. I think that there was a period when people were rushing to Apple stores to buy some iPhones before the tariffs, but I feel like that quickly subsided, and that was resolved relatively in short order. And so I think that what matters here is the forward look. As investors, you're probably looking more towards what they do with the next iPhone cycle, foldable. And in addition, like services was really strong. And so there was a fear that, what happens with, Google search, as well as kind of the App Store ruling where people are circumventing the App Store. And it seems like that's actually been okay. And so going forward, I think that it's less about was there a little pull in or not. It's probably more the iPhone cycle coming up that people are focused on.
So Tony, when does the real pivot point come? When is it that you have confidence to add exposure and feel that Tim Cook and the team are on top of generative AI, of the opportunity at hand, of innovation?
Look, I think Tim Cook and the team, they're really talented, and they're world-class manufacturers, and their product leadership, they built that over decades. And so I don't think you can count them out. In terms of where the stock has been, it's lagged the market pretty considerably in a market that's been super beta fueled and risk-taking. And so if the market turns, like Apple, I think is a safe haven. And then if you look at kind of the momentum they're building, things are probably going to get better over the next 12 months. And I do think that, they can do a lot within AI. They're probably, not rushing to commit to any one partner. They own the ecosystem. And so
right.
To me, as long as the iPhone is still the main, channel for AI, I think that's really important.
Talent wasn't mentioned on the call, but the final question was about M&A in the context of AI. And what Tim Cook said, and I know because I put it in the Top Live blog, and then I screenshotted it. We are very open to M&A. Tim Cook, 2:57 p.m. Pacific time, Thursday, July 1st. Is that a starter gun or signal, particularly to investment bankers, or do you expect Apple to stay sort of muted and disciplined on that front?
I think Apple's very muted, and I wouldn't say muted, but they're very disciplined. And I think that they have a very, very strong focus in what matters in their direction. I mean, for a long period of time, you could put all their products on one table and to be really great at what they do. And so I don't think they're going to be muted. I think they're going to be disciplined and focused. And they have made acquisitions that can really, I think, plug into the ecosystem, enhance their talent. I don't think they're going to go do a really big, splashy acquisition. But if you take a step back, they're generating a ton of capital, right. And there's a lot of potential for improvement in via M&A.